We are back. Happy Monday, everyone. Our House Mondays is back. Fresh out of surgery, set myself back up in the studio, hobbled down the stairs, looking into the future of virtual reality. What do I see? I see a lot of amazing subscribers, a lot of amazing drivers out there, and I see my strength getting better and better day by day, hour by hour, thanks to an amazing team. So we're back, folks. We're back in the front seat here. I'm happy to be back at this place with you on the Monday, looking into the bright future. 2021 is going to be awesome. We're going to get beyond 2020, and good things are going to happen right now. Got to take this off. Not very easy, my friends, celebrating your birthday in bed. Happy birthday, RP. That's it. Sweet 52 today. Feels good. Feels strong, and I'm getting my strength back. So it's not going to be a very long live feed. It's going to be an opportunity to connect with all the wonderful people out there again. We're back. And when I get a chance, I'm going to ask Dark Road Run how to teach me how to use these things a little bit more effectively during live streams. So I'm going to go as long as I can. My foot is down, means blood is going down into the surgery area. Triannular break, 3 breaks, all patched up. A lot of metal, a lot of iron, a lot of plates. Downtown Tony West is in the house. Rick Nelson is in the house. He says no sound. That's not a good thing. And I suddenly realized why there's no sound, because Liam removed my microphone. That's wonderful. Can you run up and get the microphone, Danny? All right. So I'll get sound back there. I apologize for that, but didn't realize that my microphone on the one was gone. A lot to discuss today. I'm going to go through why I am voting no on Proposition 22. I got my microphone brought to me, and just maybe just plug it in the USB port at the top there.
On the computer here?
Oh, no, on that
big box.
On the big box, yeah. There we go. Just getting back into it. So Abstract Echo says no audio. We're going to have this sorted out in a few minutes. We'll be back. While I've been in bed for 2 weeks, I see the kids have stripped me of all the electronics. I went back and claimed my electronics back. So I should hopefully have sound. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me in the other stream? I've got 2 streams going. Yeah, if you could just give me some feedback if the sound in the other stream is okay. Testing. All right, got Tommy in the house. Diego, Mazarian, how are you? Good. On the one channel, we're good. We got audio, no sound yet. Oh God. Okay. This is just so freaking annoying. Find another outlet there to put it in.
Right. So.
I'm really annoyed now with him. Can you hear me? All right, trying to get the sound on the one. Apologize for that. No sound on that one. Can you hear me now? No, it's not. All right, well, we don't have sound in the one. I apologize for that. That's not cool. Alrighty. So yeah, I'm hanging in there. I had surgery Friday night. I was in hospital from 12 o'clock in the afternoon till 12 o'clock, 12:30 at night. Still quiet. Hey, Danu, you're gonna have to try other USB outlets here.
Right.
Sorry, I got to get this done.
That's the only thing.
Okay.
Wait.
Hello.
I've got you on one channel, T.
Well, you got me on the Rideshare Professor channel, so you can hear me there. Uber do Português, how are you? Good to see you. Where in Portugal? Are you in Portugal or in Brazil? Ask Liam what he did, because.
Okay.
Check the little spiral things.
Did. Alrighty. Okay, I don't have sound in the other channel. I apologize. So we'll keep it. We go over to the rideshare driving school channel. I was trying to stream from 2 channels and wrap up some hours today. If you guys don't mind, Dark Road Run, Rick Nelson, Down Tony West, jump into the Rideshare Professor channel. I'm going to exit the one live stream. This is all, I've been out of it for 2 weeks, so I apologize. I do know that I got the Rideshare Professor channel up and running here. We're going. Okay, I'm going to end the one stream, and yeah, I got sound on. I got 2 channels going. What happened is that the kids took my cables and microphones while I thought it was all down here, so they took it. Yeah, Danu confirms I can't hear you on that one. Okay. Pisses me off. All right, nothing we can do. Okay, I'm going to go out of that. Yeah, Scott Tucker, join me. Join me in Rideshare Professor channel. I'm going to exit. I'm going to exit this one and come back here. Sound, yes. Good. Just getting back into it, man. Just getting back into it. So I apologize not for not being 100% on it, and I wanted to do a double stream, but that's absolutely not possible. So I'll end the one and we'll go into the other. All right, so we'll concentrate on the one channel now. So a few things. Uber got its license back in London for 18 months. Immediately, the stock went up from $33 up to $35. It literally jumped 5-6%, right? Because that's a massive overseas market for them, right? Huge one. So they're lucky they got a lifeline there. I'll be sharing a little bit from the Wall Street Journal. Uber wins back the license to operate in London after years-long battle. So that must have cost them an arm and a leg. They must feel very empowered now that they got it. But the London court finds Uber is now fit and proper to hold a license in the United Kingdom for at least 18 months. Scott Tucker says, Torsten, hope you're feeling better. Lots of pain. Trying to keep my foot elevated here. Got a lot of metal, a lot of screws in the foot. And, you just have to fight through the pain. And then, of course, there's such things as painkillers. But I did not want to miss out on Our House Mondays, right? It's something that I want to keep on going because I think it's important that people at least have a go-to place on a Monday where they can just say what they want, right? You can just get it out there. right? You can share what's going on in your life. Now, I've sadly received a lot of messages that a lot of drivers were deactivated. A lot of drivers updated their background check, and Uber still has not put them onto the platform. That's very, very disturbing. I also see that the rideshare guy also made a similar video. He's probably a lot of, as a YouTuber, you get a lot of people emailing and texting you if things go wrong. Hey, can you help me? Can you try and get me reactivated? I want to give you 4 good examples of how you can get back into the game if they deactivate you. Did Liam get back to you, Laura?
Yes, try checking the input.
Okay, we've checked it. He needs to sort it out when he's back.
Okay.
So the ways, and this is disturbing because you've made this commitment towards the car. Maybe you took up some financing of a car. You get going on Uber and Lyft, and suddenly, bam, one platform's gone. Your earnings are halved, right? And it's stress. And I see those stressful messages. 4 ways to get back into the game. The one is you can always write a letter to the Uber legal or Lyft legal department and say, hey, I'm waiting upon my background check, or you've wrongfully deactivated me. You must be nice in that letter. Don't be threatening. Hey, Danny, can you stop that? And then you could say, could you reactivate me, put me back in, because losing money, you losing money, and I've contacted customer support X amount of times. If you don't get a response, okay, at least you've fired that letter off. You've got proof. The other way to get a guarantee letter off is through COVA. They have Legal Shield in the program. I'll put the link for you below, the gig protection plan. If you get deactivated, you turn to the company and say, hey, I got deactivated on such and such a day. Can your legal arm, Legal Rideshare, send out a letter for me and get me back in the game because they wrongfully terminated me? Worst case scenario, you could go down to the hub in person, appeal it, and say, hey, I got deactivated, or I'm waiting on a background check. If you cannot activate me in the next 2-3 days, I have to look for another job, or I have to go and drive with Lyft. Mention their opposition, right? I would like to appeal it here at the hub. So you try to appeal it in person. You've got 7 days to appeal it. Another last resort is you file. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the birthday wishes. 52 today. Yeah, I feel like 36. But the reality is it's a 5-2. It's not the other way around. It's not 25 Dark Road Run. Thank you for the 5. High five, Borat. Thank you. High five. Appreciate it, Dark Road Run. Huge supporter of your channel. In fact, many gadgets that I went out and got, including like this one here, it's because I watched Dark Road Run's channel. I love the guy's energy. I love his enthusiasm for technology. I love how openly he shares, and I'm always willing to learn. And I'm really excited to meet DRR, Dark Road Run. Subscribe to him I got an Oculus, yeah. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, but I really want to connect when I'm back on my feet. And I got my belly on the road. My mechanics are telling me that I'm getting closer and closer to getting my belly. I want to meet up with Dark Road Run and invite him to a great dinner and do a live feed with him somewhere up in North Cali. Just a legendary guy. Love the guy. Seriously. Just solid. Right? Thank you, Dark Road Run. Alex Critics, thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. Good to see you here. Thank you, Scott Tucker. Thank you, Diego. That means the world. Just to be back, knowing that you're back on track, knowing that you've had I had a long day in hospital, 12 and a half hours. I had the most amazing team take care of me, operated for 3 hours. Was a difficult one because there were 3 different breaks. So they had to mend the foot from both left and right and at the back, right? Otherwise your foot just falls out. So it's got to mend up. The process takes about 6 weeks and then you start rehab. But I'll be back. Scott Tucker says, thanks, DRR. And I got to say, Danny, you can finish up. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Danu, you can finish up your little cookies there as long as I get one, a brownie. No, go ahead. I didn't chase you out the kitchen. So a lot of videos that I've been following, you know, when you're up in your bed and you can't, you know, you're like a kangaroo, right? You're hopping around. Danny, can you show me my crutches here for a second? You got like, you rely on these metal legs and you're hopping around like an effing kangaroo, right? Or like a kangaroo with one foot. And you got to go down, you know, you rely on these suckers here. This becomes your new life, right? And man, does it build your upper body. Crazy. Like upper body strength that you start building with these crutches is insane, right? So I'm getting a good workout. I've lost some good weight. My lady, Laura, my beautiful wife, my amazing wife and nurse, cooking me all the meals, taking excellent care of me. Sherelle's in the house. Good to see you. So yeah, I migrated for the first time 2 weeks upstairs, migrated down to my little studio here. A few little things. Kids stole some cables and microphones, so I'll be up on 2 channels by the next live feed and have a strong chat with Liam. Alex Critic says, how long will you be? So I'll be able to probably drive again in 6 weeks' time. The sad thing, this is what hurts me, is that, by the way, COVID-19, the main disease out there, I'm sure you guys know this disease, COVID-19. Let's not forget who the numero uno disease is out there, numero uno pandemic, COVID-19, baby. Just a friendly reminder to Mr. Dara Khosrowshahi. I made the shirt in honor of you, sir. The absolute virus out there, right? The numero uno pandemic. Love the shirt, right? Hashtag COVID-19. Dark Road Run. I'm going to send you one as well, my brother. I made a few. So if you Dark Road Run, if you want one, I'm going to send it to you. Just email me your address. So because you just do so much for the community. Dark Road Run just gives and gives and gives and gives. That's who he is, right? So unselfish, so not taking but always giving back, right? That's a very rare quality that you see in humans these days. So I owe you one of these, and I got my little American flag here because I'm back. Guess who's back? And I'm getting strong, man. I'm pumping the iron in the bed, getting ready, getting mentally ready. The one thing that saddens me is that I had to cancel with so many private people, so many private clients. I had to cancel trips. That kills me. I want to be there for them, but they're good. They're good. They say to you, hey, Torsten, what's most important? Get better, get strong. We know you're going to be in Viking mode. Get back, and we'll be there. We're not leaving, right? So they'll find someone to drive them, or I'll find a replacement for them in the next few weeks, and then I'll be back, right? But you lose a lot of money. I mean, I just this weekend lost a $600 booking, right? So Dark Road Run says, we're lucky to have you in this driver community, hashtag driver support. Great. Sherelle says, only leave out the hyphen, doesn't work in a hashtag. Exactly. So what I'll do here is, hey, Danny, do we have a black pen? Like a black marker? Sharpie. Show you what we do. This is how we roll. And you got one there? Okay. Sherelle's absolutely right. A hashtag with a name does not work when you put a hyphen in it. So I'm going to show you how we're going to solve it. We solve things quickly here, right? So this is big news, good news for Uber. London Uber Technologies won an appeal over the revocation of its operating license in the UK capital, securing for now the ride-hailing company's operation. So what we do here is apparently the hashtag, according to Sherelle, doesn't work if you put a hyphen. So what we're going to do is we are going to get rid of the hyphen, and that's how you're going to spell it out. Hashtag COVID-19. Does that make you happy, Sherelle? We solved the problem. Thank you, Danu. You helped me solve the problem. Appreciate it. Cool. What?
Oh my God, you just sharpied on your shirt.
I just sharpied my shirt. That's what I did.
Done it another way.
Come over here. Say hi. She reckons it's the end of the world now because I sharpied my shirt. Does it look good?
I don't know.
Hashtag COVID-19, because Sherelle says you can't put a hyphen in because otherwise the hashtag doesn't work. So we eliminated it with a Sharpie, right? That's why we buy Sharpies. High five. High five. Slap her. Now, come on.
How dare you sharpie your shirt?
How dare you Sharpie your shirt? I just did. It's all my fault, Danu. That's what Sherelle says. No, it's not your fault. So the ruling is a step forward for Uber as the company tries to build trust with regulators after years of tussles in London and elsewhere under co-founder Travis Kalanick, who resigned as chief executive in 2019 and left the board late last year. Uber regularly tested the regulatory and legal envelope of countries where it operated in order to speed up the growth. So they just went in there, did their thing, faced the legal consequences, faced the legal battles, either won them or lost them. Most of the time they won them. You know, they out-muscled them. They're pretty good at that. And then the dispute in England stemmed from the refusal by London regulators last November to renew Uber's license to operate after finding widespread instances of unauthorized drivers using the app to pick up customers. Uber said it said at the time it had fixed the problem, but London officials said they wanted to make sure there weren't other software issues. So they got through that. They got their license back. And lucky for them, lucky for them. Now, here in California, we can switch to that briefly. The no on 22, right? And I apologize if I'm a little bit scatterbrained today. I'm just getting back into the mix. But yes on 22, no on 22. Again, always want to hear where you guys stand on the issue, right? The reason I will be voting no on 22, and I looked at Jay Crudeau's video. I looked at his comeback video where he tried to justify why he is voting yes on 22. Jay Crudeau, you have not answered my question. The question that I had for you is, why the double standards, brother? Why do you sue Uber and Lyft for misclassification for hundreds and thousands of dollars, right? Because they misclassified you, you sued them, and then you vote exactly the opposite. And voting exactly the opposite for yes on 22 would deny any driver that tries to file that type of lawsuit, as you did, for hundreds of thousands of dollars. It would deny them the chance to sue Uber after November. So I don't understand what's good for you is not good for others. I didn't buy your argument on yes on 22. I found it extremely weak. Yes on 22 was written by Uber and Lyft. Yes on 22 was funded by $180 million, right? The largest legislation written and paid for by experts. They call them the masters of deception, right? They write that code to make people or trick people believe, hey, this is the best thing ever, right? The tobacco companies do it. They've put $100 million into it. Pharmaceuticals have put $92 million into this in 2005. Big Oil has put $106 million into this 15 years ago. Uber's doing it with $180 million now to try and buy your vote, right? Bottom line, why I don't vote yes on 22. 30 cents a mile. 30 cents a mile is a joke. It's not even close to the minimum, 58 or $1 you're getting right now. One of the reasons why I'm voting no on 22 is because when we vote yes, the multiplier is gone. When we vote yes, you're not going to have your option to choose your destination anymore, right? When you vote yes, you're buying into the lie that you are an independent contractor. The only little bit of independence that you have is to maybe choose your hours right now and choose whom you want to drive with. That will not go away with AB5 or no on 22. And then the other biggest lie is this 120% of minimum California wage, where they say, okay, it's $13 an hour. In the fine print, people are not willing to read it. People are not willing to acknowledge it. But that's only 120% for the hours you are driving people. That works out to $5.65 per hour. So if you want to go out there and work for 30 cents per mile and $5.65 per hour in California, do it. I'm not stopping you, right? I don't think that no on 22 is the best. I think we can fight for way better. I think we can fight for true independent contractorship. If we win this on no, we have a lot of leverage. We have a lot of power. We got to keep on going. We got to stack the chips here. We cannot give up. We got to stand for something. If you are willing to vote yes on 22, Uber and Lyft own you. They bought your vote. Simple as that. They spent the money. You took the hook like a fish. They reel you in. They own you. The algorithms will control you, right? Very simple. I stand for something in life. I like to fight for something in life. I like to fight for the drivers. I like to fight for a better deal. That's why I'm voting no on 22, right? We can do way, way, way better. We deserve true independent contractorship, not the BS bullshit that Uber and Lyft is serving on our plate. And if you want to eat that dish, that they're serving on their plates, I'm not going to stop you. But I don't want anyone to come crying back in November when they see what money they're going to make, right? Because right now you're making money. Why are you making money? You're making money because we have AB5. And to counter AB5 legally, they have introduced the multiplier, which they should have for every state out there. Even in Dustin's state. I see Dustin. Dustin, I'm back. Back in the matrix, baby. Back in the matrix. Here. And when I go into the matrix and I look around and I see November, I see yes on 22, I see no on 22. What do I see out there in the future? Oh, on no on 22, I see an opportunity to keep on fighting for true independent contractorship. On yes on 22 up there, I see them controlling you, them buying your vote. I see 30 cents a mile. I see 120% of a minimum wage only for driven hours, which equates to $5.65. I don't see this, right? I don't see the greenbacks. I don't see the $100 notes. You guys need to earn money and not settle. So Dustin, love to see you here. I hope your family is well. Super excited celebrating my 52nd birthday today. Can't say I feel 25. Switch the numbers. I do feel 36 to 40. Christopher B says, Dara K is my hero. I'm glad he is your hero. Glad you have a hero called Dara K, because this is what I think of Dara K. I think he's the biggest pandemic to the gig world. Hashtag COVID-19, baby. Hashtag COVID-19, baby. Yeah, happy birthdays. When's your birthday, Dustin? So we can get it on record. Alex Schinefeld, your Belinda to Koreatown, LA, was 220. Is that what you made, 220? Cool. Now, a lot of this is governed by fear, right? You know, and by the way, I don't know if you know, there's 4 types of fear. I'm willing to maybe talk about 2 types of fear today, right? Because I think overcoming fear helps. Dustin, thank you, my friend. Very kind of you. I'll reciprocate in the next round. It's just nice to be out of the bed after 2 weeks, confined to the bed. You can't. You're like an injured kangaroo hopping from your bed to your toilet and back, and it's just excruciating, right? Because it's all just taped up. To know that you can get back and interact with your brothers and sisters, the people that care, the Dustins of the world, the Dark Road Runs of the world, the Scott Tuckers of the world, right? It's a great feeling. Sammy Sampson's in the house. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate that. Glad you're out of bed, man. Now to walk around the house. Yeah, walk around the house, get that strength back. And then in 6 weeks, I'm back behind the wheel. And Dustin, my mechanic, said he's going to deliver my Bel Air once it's done. So we're going to time it that by the time I can drive in the next few weeks, I'll get my car back. Navy Elite SEALs in the house, great name. Respect to every Navy Elite SEAL out there for what you have done or what you did for the country, or what you're doing for the country. Zadara is just another powerful douchey CEO getting paid tens of millions of dollars to play the game of controlling people's perceptions. Thank you so much for saying that, because that's nothing but the truth. That's exactly what it's about, right? You've got a couple of multi-billionaire investors, SoftBank, Benchmark Capital, like a little puppet on the string, like a little puppeteer. They got little Dara, little COVID era 19, and they control him. This is what we want you to do. This is how we need to control the future. And their biggest stress right now, my friends, is not even you. Their biggest stress right now is that they are falling dangerously behind with autonomous vehicles. And this is a great article. I'll leave it on there. It says Uber is here to remind you that autonomous vehicles aren't even close, right? They're missing the boat. And this is where the big soft banks and the benchmark capital investors, the venture capitalist companies that put up all these billions are stressed out, because Uber is falling so far behind. Their game plan is to eliminate drivers. Their game plan is to get these things on the road. And they're not doing great. They're getting kicked by Zeusk, by Amazon's company Zeusk, Jeff Bezos. They're getting kicked by Waymo, Google, and they're falling behind, right? So that's why you never see the stock break out of the $35 mark. It's still even though they got London back today, they stock rebounded from 33 to 55 today. It's not much money. And Smakovich, right? So keep on smacking the Smakovich. Dustin, you're a legend. Love your channel. And I would guarantee that 99.9% of the people that are right here in the live stream know exactly who he is, what he does, what he's doing for drivers. So muchas gracias, senor. Navy Elite SEAL says, but he's doing a horrible job convincing people he's genuine. I think he's pretty evil and it leaks through. I think it's pretty apparent that he is a virus, right? His outside talk or actions tries to butter you up once in a while and use his little smooth way. But if you look at all of his decisions, all of his executive decisions have been against the gig world community. Not for us, for them or for their investors, right? So ask yourself who's funding the $180 million. Ask yourself who is paying for the $180 million. It's Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, and Postmates. And they want to buy your vote. And with some, they will succeed. Christopher B says, I have not heard one fact why no on 22 is on the way to go. Then you need to unplug your ear set, or I suggest go to the bathroom and wash your ears, Christopher, because I've gone over it over and over again. Maybe there's just a little switch missing. I'll give you two of the most powerful explanations is that you are sold. Christopher B is sold on the fact that he thinks he's an independent contractor. You're not by the law, right? If Christopher B is driving in California, he's probably grateful that he's using the multiplier, making good money right now. That's gone. And you're only doing that, Christopher B, thanks to AB5, which we fought for, which is completely against yes on 22. And Christopher B, if you want to work for 30 cents a mile, go ahead, buddy. You go do 500 miles. You go drive from Vegas and back and make $150 and pay for your gas. That's what you're getting paid, buddy. And Christopher B., if you don't read the 25 pages, right? If you just buy the ads, buy and swallow the $181 million campaign, the misconceptions that the deceptions that they're selling you, right? And you're not doing the math, 120% of the minimum wage, right? Which they say is $13 an hour. Only Christopher B., if you are driving, only for the driven hours. And that equates to $5.65. So Christopher B., get behind your wheel, make your $5.65 per hour, make your 30 cents per mile. And let's talk in November again. Let's see what you have to say. So Alex Critics, for you to understand Prop 22, you need to be a real driver. Exactly. You need to be out there and know what it's about. Look, no on 22 is not the best solution. It's way better than yes on 22, right? Money-wise, because you can always keep the pressure on Uber if you have no on 22. You can always keep AB5 alive and keep the multiplier going and fight for better conditions. They can always try to improve the game and then maybe eventually cut a deal with California where, hey, we're moving towards true independent contractorship. But right now, they're taking the baby food, right? They're going into the baby food. They're feeding Christopher B. Nice. You want some more, baby? Sure. Here we go. Have some more, baby. They're spoon feeding you and you're eating it, right? If you don't use you're in California, you're not using the multiplier, then you're not a good driver. You're not making the money that you should be. There's my answer to you right there. If you are not working on a Friday or Saturday night, not wrong. I back it up with a lot of numbers. I lease out a lot of vehicles to drivers to see what they're making. You don't make money if you're not using the multiplier on a Friday, Saturday night. You'll never be a Thomas Gibson and make $3,000 a week. Never, right? You can make your customers happy, right? Big deal. If you're a pleaser, right? If you are a pleaser, if your life is all about pleasing, good. That's okay. There's some people are like that. Some people can actually please and make money, right? Which brings me to the topic of the 4 fears, right? The 4 fears. And I think we can address 2 of the fears here today because I won't have enough time to do an entire... And by the way, Christopher, if you're taking up my space, wrong, you only have to say wrong once. If you keep on saying wrong, I kick you out, right? Because you're taking up real estate space here in the live stream, right? So in the 4 fears, I want to start off with the biggest fear we have, right? The big fear of people to even get into rideshare, the biggest fear of people even switching from X to XL, the biggest fear from switching from XL to a private driver, and that is the fear of rejection, right? The fear of rejection, is you got to please. You always want to please. You cannot say no, right? You always want to do what others think. You always look at what other things people are thinking of you and looking at you and you say, I don't want to be rejected by anyone. I will do. You don't have the ability to say no and make a decision and make a big decision. So you literally buy into your fears, right? What might other people think of you? The fear of rejection is the biggest one, right? So, will people be okay that I start rideshare? What will my friends, will my family think of me when I do rideshare? Just do it. If you want to interact with people and make money and climb the ladder, just do it, right? Don't look at others and think that you have to please everyone around you. The next big fear that we have, if we can get beyond that step, Dennis Torres, I'll flash Christopher very soon. I just, no need to say wrong. Okay, if you think I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You don't have to say it 10 times. You're occupying real estate, right? The next fear, the biggest fear, is the fear of ruin, right? If I buy this car, if I get this SUV, oh my God, what will the consequences be? I might push myself into financial ruin. You will never push yourself into financial ruin if there is a tomorrow. Because even if you take a misstep, even if you go back $1,000 or $2,000, you can rectify it tomorrow and the next day and change your formula, right? So never buy into the fear of rejection and the fear of ruin, right? Oh my God, if I do this, everything's going to go wrong. You just think about the worst mindset. The mindset is in that realm of ruin. If I do this, I'm going to F this up. I'm going to screw this up. Oh my God, I don't think I'm going to make enough money. No, you got to get out of that, right? That typical phrase, I'm scared because, right? Folks, financial ruin does not exist. How many people have setbacks and they come back stronger, right? You come back stronger. You may have never ever taken a risk. This might be your biggest risk, that you're going to go out there and buy an SUV and actually become a private driver or up your game. You have nothing to lose. Even if you F up here or there, you can make the corrections on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or next month, right? You'll never be stuck in financial ruin. You have the ability to change that. And usually people get stronger and stronger and stronger if they get a little bit of a setback. They learn from their setbacks. So don't buy into the fear of ruin. Do not buy into the fear of rejection. I can see that Christopher B has big rejection problems. He's all about pleasing his customers. Right? He's not looking at the landscape, not looking at the numbers, not looking at the big picture, right? So, and he's come back with a line and says, okay, Professor 22 is going to pass. It's not going to pass. They don't have the votes. Don't get all excited, buddy, right? It's not going to pass because the California voter is going to decide on it, not Christopher B. The California voter knows that they bailed out Uber and Lyft during the pandemic to the tune of $413 million. Fact. And the California voter is not going to bail out their ass again. I don't have to flush you. I said I will flush you if you want to occupy space and say wrong, thinking that I'm wrong. You think you're going to say wrong 20 times and I think I'm going to be wrong? Absolutely wrong. I know that my argument, at least what I believe, is right? You're entitled to your argument, right? You're entitled to say wrong. But you don't have to say wrong 20 times to try and convince me. You'll never convince me. So I said, if you want to try that again, I kick you out. So you've been warned. That's it. You can stay in the room, enjoy, and have a good conversation, right? So that second fear, the fear of ruin, the fear of not succeeding, if you remain in the mindset of learning, if you remain in the mindset of openness, if you remain in the mindset of sitting down with consultants, with people, sharing numbers, sharing vision, sharing ideas, you'll never fail. You'll never, ever go into ruin, right? But if you are stuck in the mindset of not learning, if you're stuck in the mindset that if I do this, I'm going to fail, right? Then you've already surrendered. Be open to the fact that even if you fail, even if you start this new enterprise, even if you move from X to Excel. Paul Figueroa wrote me some powerful words back yesterday. He said, I took that step. I took that step from the hamster wheel X to Excel. He made a financial commitment. He never looked back, right? He put in, I think, $45,000 and he got out close onto $250,000, $300,000, right? And I know it because he backs it up with his numbers and he's right? But I bet you there was a lot of learning and a lot of adjusting if you make that commitment to an Excel, if you make that commitment to a private driver license, right? You can just not dwell in the fear of, oh my God, I'll be rejected. What will they think of me? Or this is not going to work. I'm already stuck in the mindset of ruin. Those are two of the big fear factors. I'll talk about the other two because as you progress, right, as you get past beyond rejection and ruin, there's still another two fears waiting for you. There's still another two fears waiting for you. But I don't want to make our house Mondays about this topic. But it's It's the fear that Uber and Lyft that they've put into you with this $180 million campaign. Christopher B, love you, appreciate you. Bill for real estate used. Awesome, good. And I don't know if you're doing real estate, but selling real estate through your car, whether it's your X or XL or SUV, is probably one of the best things you can do. To go out there and do your real estate license, I'm sure you have it, I'm sure you know what you're talking about, is a powerful, powerful tool. Oh, you don't? I would highly recommend it, right? Like, for example, Allied School, you sign up, you pay $200-300, you do your state license in California. I can send you the link. And you start small. You have a lot of home and land magazines in your car. You get your business cards out. You establish the relationships with these people, and you actually end up representing them in a buy or a sale of a house. I'm on the market right now with my wonderful wife. We're looking at some houses. Obviously, I just get to see the pictures. I can't. She's been driving out looking at the houses, right? I thought you were using real estate. Sorry. No. Okay, I see where you're coming from. What I meant is that the room, Real Rideshare Stories, I see you acknowledge, the live stream, right, is what I call real estate. Everybody's putting their little bricks, their little tiles out there, their comments. But when somebody repeats something over and over again, my term that I use is you're taking real estate away from the other people, right? That's not... let me just see, cancel. That's not, I thought that you were actually in the field of real estate, so I apologize. What I was trying to say is help you is like, I'm glad that you brought up the word real estate, because I think it's one of the most powerful jobs within the rideshare job, or jobs within the limo job, to make insane money, even 2 or 3 real estate deals per year. So I respect you. You know me, Chris B. When confronted, I try to fight my point. I'm glad you're putting your point forward, as you should be. You're entitled to your opinion. That's why we call it Our House Mondays. That's why I'm not flushing anyone here. Only people that I flush is when I see trolls coming in and they try and push their political agenda or racism or hatred. I kick them out. But we are cool. Right, we are cool. So this article here, Uber, like its competitors Waymo and Zeus, Cruise and others, has been trying and failing to get autonomous cars up and running for years now. This business opportunity, no more of that having to employ drivers nonsense, is obvious. But it's funny how everyone in the self-driving business seems to have stopped talking about self-driving. Dennis Taurus, Long Beach City in the house. Thank you for throwing down $10. I wish I could buy a tequila, right? But I'm on strong, powerful medication. Will be for the next few weeks, but I'm back, baby. I'm back. I'm excited to see you. Excited to see you down there. We're going to go down to Anaheim. There's a great restaurant by Redondo in Anaheim. I'm sure you know it. We've got to go down there and have a good margarita together, you and I. I'm excited to be back. You really start appreciating your legs and your body when you don't have them, right? When you're just like a little kangaroo hopping around the house. But thank you. And Christopher B, you're not a troll. I'm not calling you a troll, right? I'm just asking for an honest debate. And I try to give you an honest debate by trying to make my point on no on 22. And if I did not make my voice my opinion on no on 22, I can try again, right? I can try again. I sort of got led into the topic because I look at Jay Crudeau's video that he did through the rideshare guy, Harry Campbell. Greatest respect for Harry. But then he has a guy on there who sues Uber and Lyft for hundreds of thousands of dollars through a law firm that I know, Potter and Handy. They represent him, right? And he sues them for misclassification because they misclassified him. But then he votes exactly the opposite way, right? And by voting the opposite way, yes, on 22, you're going to deny any driver from November. If you get deactivated in November, December, and January, and you want to file a lawsuit in January 2021 against Uber or Lyft for misclassification, you can't on yes on 22. You can't. You've lost that opportunity. So I'm asking, why be a hypocrite? Why have a double standard, Mr. J. Crudo? I asked those tough questions in his live feed. He wouldn't answer me. And I know why he won't answer me, because he wants it both ways. He wants it this way and he wants it that way. It doesn't work like that in life, really. Oh, I want that wife because she's beautiful and I want that wife because she cooks well. It doesn't work that way. You choose one wife, right? Wrong or right. Mohammed Khalil. Good to see you. Good to see you. I lost all the respect. I will always leave him a nice message, but it's so weak. It's so wishy-washy. It's like my argument, like it's the guy who wants two wives. I'm going to marry her because she's tall and pretty and blonde. I'm going to marry her because she's an amazing chef. I want it both ways. No, buddy. You get it one way in life, and you fight for that one way. And I want to fight for true independent contractorship. It's a lie that you are a true independent contractor. My brothers and sisters in Vegas, Scott, all of them, my brothers and sisters in Miami, in New York, New Jersey, they're not independent contractors. They're not setting their own rates. They're being dictated by Uber and Lyft what to do, when to do. Right? So you want to go back to that in November? Sure, you vote yes on 22. I will not be able to convince the people that want to vote yes on 22 because they have bought in to the $180 million false lies, right? Set out by COVID-19, right? COVID-19. Roy Watkins is in the house. He's doing fine. Scott, much love. Good. Spoke to Roy yesterday. Mohammed Khalil, health and happiness to you as well. Sherelle says, I'm always suspicious when business interests flood the market with slick ads. Follow the money. Follow the money. Who's paying for it? What do they want from you, right? So right now, it's their job to try and use their trickery, their deceptions to buy the California voter. California voter won't fall for it. They don't want to pay higher taxes. They don't want to bail these gig companies out because they're paying shit into the system, paying nothing in. They hide their monies offshore, in offshore accounts outside of the United States, paying no taxes. They're paying nothing into the protection fund, right? And during the pandemic, Californians, 35 million, had to bail out Uber and Lyft, and they will not do it again. So when you have 35 million people going to the voter booth, yes, there's a lot of drivers going to the voter booth, but you, the driver, you, the rider, are not going to decide. The Californian is going to decide, and they don't have the votes. They really, really, really don't have the votes, right? And in fact, I'll give a shout out to Rideshare Drivers United. They always ask me for mentions, hey, can you give us a shout out or whatever? And they also say they just don't have the vote. They don't have the vote. Hi, you back?
Yes, when's that?
Awesome.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you too.
You're back in your spot.
I'm back in my spot, baby. After 2 weeks of bed, I'm back down here. Taking a little bit of strain because the blood's running into my injury. So it's throbbing like crazy, but we keep on going. Nifty 50 in the house, baby. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to our house. We are 52 today. Enjoy that wine, red wine. You make me feel so fine. You keep me rocking most of the time. You guys know that? UB40. Gotta love UB40. Cool. What other topics do we have, right? So I find the topic of self-driving cars very, very interesting. Because obviously that's where they want to go. Uber, like its competitors, Waymo, Zeus, Cruise, and others, has been trying and failing to get autonomous cars up and running for years now. The business opportunity, no more of that having to employ drivers nonsense is obvious, But it's funny how everyone in the self-driving business seems to have stopped talking about self-driving cars. Isn't that true? Just the topic completely vanished. They haven't given up, of course, but remember in 2018 when Uber said that it wanted to get you in a driverless car by the end of the year, right? By the end of the year. Or when Cruise said it would test self-driving cars in New York City. Or what about when Volvo said it would have a fully autonomous car by next year? Where are all those promises? Nothing happened. Those timelines haven't quite worked out unless Volvo really is ready to go next year with a level 5 autonomous car. I'm not holding my breath. I'm not holding my breath either. The reasons for this delay aren't a mystery. Creating a car able to selfly deal with every world contingency may in fact be close to impossible, but everyone is still trying for now. So good luck trying with your driverless cars. For now, we will still drive the people around. That includes Uber, which like Cruise before it, has been the subject of a deep dive from the information. We learned, for example, that the fatal 2018 crash in Arizona seems to have shaken the company, even as no one aside from the safety driver suffered any apparent consequences from it. We also learned that Uber isn't at all close to getting over the line with an autonomous car. That's the reality. Back to life, back to reality. Quick shout out to my sponsor, Cova again, the gig worker protection plan. Guys, I'm seeing too many deactivations, too many people waiting for the background checks. You're not on the platform. They're keeping you off the platform. You need at least their legal arm, legal ride share to shoot you out a letter and say, hey, get this person back on the program. They acknowledge if a letter comes from a legal department. They don't always answer you when you, the driver, try to contact them, right? Another big headline, Uber is being sued for allegedly failing to prevent a woman's sexual assault and misleading people about its safety record. So they're being sued over that. Uber is being sued by a woman who alleges the company failed to prevent her sexual assault by a driver in 2018. The lawsuit accuses Uber of negligence and deceptive business practices for promoting safe rides, particularly to vulnerable women, despite having historically lax screening procedures for drivers. The lawsuit cites Uber's history of using of forced arbitration and non-disclosure agreements to keep reports of sexual assault shrouded in secrecy. Last year, facing criticism over a rising number of allegations, Uber acknowledged that more than 6,000 customers had filed sexual assault reports in 2017 and 2019. Wow. Back to Our House Mondays, Rick Nelson. The other feed that I did, I know that Liam removed my microphone. I can't plug it in quite now, so I don't have the other feed going with sound. I'll have that by tonight. We got It's Moose is in the house, speaking to a couple of people about voting no on 22, have indicated to me that generally speaking, they go down the line and vote no on all of the propositions. I wonder what percentage do that. Yeah, so maybe, if somebody, tells you to do something, maybe you rebel and do the opposite and you say, okay, well, if they say yes, I just vote no, 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 right? When you have a proposition and you have the time in your state to research a proposition, Mr. COVID-19, right? When you have the time to research a proposition, always find out what is the agenda, who's funding it, who's putting the money into it, and what are they trying to achieve? How much money are they putting in trying to buy your vote? And usually they would hire the best of the best masters of deception to write a language that is very, very, very loaded up with trickery, right? And once you know that, you can always vote the other way. You vote with what makes sense for you, right? Sherelle is at Costco Norwalk right now, $2.73, extremely impressive for California pricing. Rick Nelson, did you get the pictures I sent you? You sent them via email, or you sent them, how did you send them? Send them again. I've been a little bit out of it. I've been drugged up for the last 2 weeks. I only had the surgery 48 hours ago. It's Moose says, speaking, oh yeah, I've read that out already. Roy Watka says, happy birthday, thank you. Today, September the 28th is my birthday, today. Our house Monday is today, 52 years old. Not 25, today, September 52 on September 28th. Monday socials in the house. What did you think of the storyboard Uber rolled out last week on the driver app? If vote is no. Again, if they say the vote is no, right up to November they will use their fear tactics, right? It's up to you if you want to buy into the fear. They're going to scare the heebie-jeebies into you. They're going to scare the crap into you. Oh, if you vote no, worst case scenario happens. No, what they don't realize, if you vote no, you leveraging the power to get an even better deal. Because we pushed for no, because we got AB5, we have a way, way better deal on the table than we had in 2019. We already have the multiplier. We already have the choice of declining or accepting the destination. Those two things we would have never, ever had we not fought for AB5. And it's our duty to fight for the rest of the state, for all the other cities, so that they get the same, so they can start making money. 30 cents a mile, ladies and gentlemen, is not money. 120% of a minimum California wage only for driven hours, not for your downtime, not for gassing up, not for you going to eat. You're not getting paid for that. Only for the drive time equates to $5.65 per hour. If you want to drive for 30 cents a mile and $5.65 per hour, go for it. Go for it. You are going way back, way far behind than you are right now, and you are going way back of what you were earning in 2019. Vicky Morales is in the house. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Wishing you a speedy recovery. Thank you. You know, just hearing that, you already feel invigorated. You feel more powerful, right? A lot of wildfires still raging up in the north. I see there's some famous winery in Napa Valley just burnt down. I just got some updates there. It's very, very sad. So yeah, I'm going to be getting back. Also back to one of my hobbies. That's restoring old cars. Love doing that. Always get all these different magazines, order the parts, get the cars on the road. If you haven't put these in your car yet, I strongly suggest you can get them on Amazon. I like to set the boundaries straight away when the client gets into the car. I have 5 of these in the car, strategically hidden away in little places, right? Because I don't want my seats to get burned. I don't want to get the leather seats burned. I don't want the smell in the car, right? And this little thing here, tiny. How big is it? It's 1 inch by 2 inches. It's tiny, right? That little thing there is money. It sends a message loud and clear. Hey, don't vape, don't smoke in my car. Don Whitmer's in house. How are you? Roy Watka says, mine will be on the October the 21. How about 61? 61 on October the 29th. We'll celebrate that. We'll pop a bottle. Empire, Inland Empire Salvi in the house. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see Arch Time Gamer. Monday social check out of Fear Campaign by Fear Factory. Exactly. So I hope you had a great day down in Seal Beach. Looked like you had an amazing day with your parents there, your mom and your dad. You made a powerful video about masks and keeping people safe. Another person that I know who has a genuine heart and cares about people, and that's Inland Empire Salvi rideshare driver. And I had the honor of meeting him at the Long Beach party. If you haven't subscribed to him, hit him up. You have him right in the stream right now. Click on it and subscribe to his channel. Legend. Thank you for the birthday wishes. So let's get this out. Hashtag COVIDDara, Dara being Dara Koshashawi 19. right? Let's get that out there. The number one virus in the gig share world, there he is, COVID-19, right? COVID-19. You like the shirt? Yeah, I came up with the logo. Don Whitmer says, won't a yes or no on 22 not take effect till January the 1st? Correct. That is true. That is true. But believe me, when they know they have a yes in the bag, do you think they're going to still allow you to go on those privileges of a multiplier and no, they'll abolish it right in November. So it might go into effect in January, which you're right, but you're going to be earning already less from January, February, March, November, December, January. You will be earning less. Guaranteed. Only reason why Californians are making some money right now is because we fought hard. We fought hard for AB5, right? And we can do better. We can still fight for true independent contractorship by stacking the chips on this side. It's mooses in the house. I'll take that. Those look like very delicious Christmas cakes. I'll have them. I'll eat them. What do we have here? A lot of cool messages on Facebook today from friends, family, around the world, South Africa, Europe, America. If I put my virtual reality glasses on and I look into the rideshare future, firstly, the first thing I see, I don't see driverless cars. I still see people driving. You know, I don't see driverless cars on the road for a long, long time. The other thing that I see is, it looks like they tallied the votes up and it looks like no on 22. Looks like it's going to be no on 22. So I see a big defeat for Uber and Lyft, squandering $180 million. I see that in the future. What do I also see? I see many great other Our House Mondays. I see a lot of great drivers out there. I see a lot of families keeping their families safe. And the future looks bright. 2021 looks great. Reasons why I got those is because I watched one of Dark Road Run's videos, and he did an epic live feed with his virtual Oculus VR glasses. All right, I am running a little bit of low on energy. Leg is throbbing like crazy. And think I'm going to slowly wind it down. What do I need? I need some water. Hey, Hemet Valley Honey Company. Good to see you, man. Haven't seen you for a long, long time. Good to see you. Lorenzo Davis in the house. Question, I receive an email about COVID that the computers are down. Did you hear about this? Yeah, they've had some issues, but they get it sorted out pretty quickly. I mean, they might be updating the systems. So check in again. I can always run but you know, they signed up a lot of people. So they have a lot of people on the platform using their dashboard now. Archtame Gamer, Torsten, you and my dad are one day off from being 20 years apart in age. Oh, wow. How old is he? He is, he's 72. So he's a Libra. His birthday is on September 29th, and he's 72 years old. Cool. Sherelle says, I've got to go into Costco now. Hey, don't spend too much in Costco. Scott Tucker says, rest up. Yes, I agree. Can't pretend here that I'm the full-on Viking yet. I got to get my power back, right? But I can tell you one thing. This guy here is back. He's back in action. And this guy here will be fighting relentlessly. This is the good old school cap that I made many years ago. My little son designed it for me. Ryan, he chose red on gray. Not a gray color combination like this, right? It's easier to read this versus that. It's easier to read this black and yellow, the strongest color combination, versus red on gray. But just the thought, the reason why I like the hat is because Ryan, my little son, bought me this hat. He put this together for me, right? So please stay safe and healthy, brothers and sisters. Yes, we're all brothers and sisters, and we all take care of each other. That's what I love about this community, right? And we can disagree. We can disagree on yes or no. It's not going to rip us apart. We still remain brothers and sisters and look out for each other. We do fundraising for people when need be. We've rallied. We've paid for funerals. We've paid for cancer. Nothing will tear us apart. Even yes or no. Of course, if somebody comes and battles it out with me and says yes on 22 and I'm no on 22, sure, we'll have a little bit of a good debate. Do I think less of them or more of them? No, not at all, right? Not at all. Still love and respect them because they are my brother and sister in the gig world, right? No qualms, no disagreements. Merat Shanuda is in the house. Happy birthday. But I don't want to be employed by Uber. And you're not gonna be employed. You're not going to end up being an employee. That's the other lie. You're not going to lose the privileges of your hour. You're still going to have the choice to choose, right? You're not going to be in an 8 to 5 job. Scott Tucker fighting the good fight. We always will, even injured, but you need to rest. I'm with you. I listen to you. I listen to input from friends. I'm not going to argue. Rick Nelson's is back to work. Keep the good work up. Good, Rick. Get out there. Where are you right now on the streets, Rick? Are you out on the Prius? Which car did you get? Did you get the brake issue sorted out with the? Was it just a matter of filling up the brake liquid? That's an easy fix. That's fantastic. So a little frustrating to be able to lose out on a lot of those private trips. I had to say no to a lot of private bookings. Oh, it killed me, calling them up and say, you know what, I got to cancel. You know what, I can't take the booking. But I'll be back. I'll be back. What other topics do we have for today, folks? What other topics do we have for today? Good. One last shout out for Cova. Gig protection plan. Hit that like button. I'm on 9. Let's get us to at least 10. And slowly we'll be fighting back with more good videos. But every day in the gig world is a new day. Oh, you're in the Silver Lake district? Cool. Probably Silver Lake will probably take you to close to the 101, right? Close to the 101 and the 5. Maybe try and get back to downtown, that area. Nifty 50 says, let's talk about money. Money isn't funny in the rideshare world. All the things that I could do if Uber would pay me some more money in the rideshare world. Ndaye Maniao, part of handy status of lawsuits. Moving along. If you are locked in pre-November 2020, even before the yes on 22 vote, if they get it, you're good. You're in the lawsuit. It moves along, right? Be patient. The legal system works like a glacier. It moves very, very slowly, especially because the courts are so backed up because of the pandemic. There are cases in March that are filed that were only heard in September, October. So it goes very, very slowly. Hang in there. Do you have any, does anybody want to share anything? Okay, this is a good one. This is a topic I really like to cover because how millions from Uber and Lyft are funding the harassment of this critic. They sort of, the bullies of the Uber and Lyft world. So I stand behind this lady. You have my support. I will not allow you to get bullied around by these people, right? Uber and other backers of Proposition 22 are funding the harassment of Veena Dubal, the UC professor, right? They are making her the hit person. They are saying, well, she created Proposition 22. Bullshit. It was written by the state. It's nothing to do with this lady, right? She just happened to be a critic. And the moment you get under someone's skin, the moment you criticize them and get media attention, they will fight and try and bully this woman, right? That's what they're doing. Millions of dollars, they're spending millions of dollars to harass this critic. Veena Dubal has spent much of her professional career examining and writing about the rise of the gig economy and the loss of employment rights by workers in that sector. And what do? They attack her relentlessly. Oh, so tomorrow he's going to be 72. Yeah, so he's 20 years, tomorrow he's 20 years apart. Cool. How is he at the age of 72? Is he still strong spirits? Is he still running around? How is he? I'd like to know. So I just want you to know that we have your back, but we will not allow you to be bullied around by these weak people that think that they can go out there and harass you and destroy your name. An associate professor at UC Hastings Law School, Dubal, has been an outspoken supporter of AB 5, the California law designed to rein in those employment abuses. She is also a critic of Proposition 22, the initiative funded chiefly by Uber and Lyft. As a result of her criticism of Uber and the gig economy business model, Dubal has become the target of harassment on Twitter, some of it obscene and some of it overtly encouraged by the Yes on 22 campaign, which is heavily funded by Uber and Lyft. Her home address has even been published online, which prompted her local police department to start regular patrols around her home. She has been falsely accused of having written AB 5. She's got nothing to do with it, but that's how they try to sell her. So you see how Uber and Lyft operate. You see how Uber and Lyft try to break down the opposition. You see how Uber and Lyft try to buy your vote. Very, very apparent. So a Sacramento opposition research consultant working for Yes on 22 filed a Public Records Act request with UC Hastings seeking 9 months of emails, text messages, or other writings related to AB 5, Proposition 22, and the gig economy between Dubal and roughly 160 organizations and individuals. The request resembles a technique. The request resembles a technique of intimidation often employed by fossil fuel, tobacco, anti-labor, and other interests. They fall in the same category: pharmaceutical, tobacco, fossil fuel. They use intimidation. We're not going to allow this lady to be intimidated by these thugs, by these weak men. Right? These are weak men trying to intimidate her. One ride-hail driver filed a complaint against Dubal with the State Fair Political Practices Commission, alleging that she violated lobbying laws. The FPPC rejected the allegation and closed the case because she had nothing to do with it. Right? They just try to make her the fall guy. Dubal tries to laugh off all this activity. I hope they have a wonderful time wading through my thousands of emails and text messages, she told me. Stand strong, girl. We stand with you. But it's also plain that it has taken an emotional toll on her. The posting of her home address left her really freaked out. She says, since it happened in the teeth of the pandemic lockdown, I kept the doors locked and the kids' windows closed and slept in their rooms. So this is Uber and Lyft. How they try to intimidate a critic who will not be intimidated. COVID-19, we will not be intimidated. Tony Zhu will slap you back. Dara K will slap you back. Logan Green will slap you back. John Zimmer will slap you back. You're not going to intimidate people like us. You're not going to intimidate us. We're too many. We're too strong, right? You can spend another $200 million. You're not going to win, right? You're not going to break our psyche. You're not going to break our fight. You're not going to break our resolve. And you're not going to break this woman's spirits. Period. As much as you try. COVID era 19. Okay, I've gone 1 hour 20. It's pretty remarkable. I'm going to call it a day. I'm feeling rather weak now. So I wish everyone a fantastic Monday, a great week. I'll see you back soon at the studio. I don't think I'm going to go for a full-on 1 hour, 20 minutes because the blood's just going right into the wound and I've got to let it heal. Thank you, everyone. One last thumbs up if you can. Hashtag COVID era 19, right? And let's keep on fighting strong and let's make a difference together. And by the way, today I touched on those 4 fears. I touched on the first, which is the fear of rejection and the fear of ruin. I'll cover the next 2 topics in my next live feed. Thank you, everyone. God bless. Be safe. Drive safe out there. Use your sanitizers. Use your masks. Take care of your families. And see you soon.